Hi all. So welcome to another day on this JMeter training and this days, right? So going by the sequence, we are continuing with this topic. And uh, yesterday we have talked about running or executing test for multiple users, multiple different users. We have talked about CSV dataset, config element, um, its attribute in details, right? Test data preparation and all those things. Correct. So it was a long session because there were so many things to discuss. Now, so moving, and then we also discuss about absolute and file path concept in JMeter or in programming or IT world. Now, moving to the next thing. So where I left in where we like concluded. So we concluded at the point that now we have to make our script in such a way that so that it books the product for different set of business users or no different set of business data, not users, or user is already done. So different set of business data or test data. So yesterday I've shown that the script is always booking a female golden retriever, right, for all the users, but that is not the exact way, right? There are different products and we should book a different product. The different users should book different product. So how to do that? So that is what we will look into, preparing the script so that it can run for multiple different user and with different set of business or test data, right? And whatever it takes, we'll see use of JMeter function codes. We will also see. So we will and then we will run and test for multiple users, like two different user and with different set of test data. So that will be today's topic. So let us open. Let us open the script. It's sufficient or shall I zoom it? Okay. So I'll just run it one more time quickly. So if you see in confirm, till confirm, all is good and it's booking a product, right? We are getting everything, and but problem is that it's booking same product. Even we run for multiple users, product will remain same. Why? Because these things are hard coded in the script, right? You can see here the selections. If you see here fish, then FIFW2 is one of the fish, and then EST21, right? So finally, it's booking EST21 because these things are hard coded in this fixed kind of. So we have to change them. So changing them is what it comes under non-conventional dynamic pricing. Non-conventional. So conventional were those authorization and authentication tokens. Now we are going to discuss about non-conventional. Why they are non-conventional or business related? Well, they are called non-conventional because they are business related, and they also change. That's why they are dynamic, but they are business related. And important thing about them is like they generally show up in the application UI. This all value we will see in the application user interface. Okay, and they are business related. So let us say anything. Suppose we are on this page. So suppose this page, right? Selection of the page, different pages we have. Correct. Fish, dog, cat. So if I select fish, so here fish will right. And same way, suppose if I select a dog, dog will be passed. Then suppose I'll choose golden retriever. So that will be going to the server. So this is what it's happening. Fine. So we will be working on that so that if we run for multiple users, some user book space, some user book one of the dog, some user book one of the cat, like that. Okay. Before that, there are some other fixes that is also related to conventional dynamic value, non-conventional dynamic value. So what is that, right? So if you remember till confirm, we have fixed everything, right? Till confirm, and we have executed and done everything till confirm as well. Now after confirm, what is the next transaction? Next transaction is going to my account. Let's enable that. Right? In my account, there is nothing such as such like any dynamic value to work on to fix. Right? Even in header, nothing is there. Fine. Then we go to my orders. So I'm enabling them. So in my orders also, if you see, there is nothing as such. Okay. In headers as well. Then comes the booked order. Now, what is this booked order transaction? First, we have to understand. And if you see here, the booked order is failing as well with some error, right? So we have to understand one thing, like the booked order, right? First, we have to understand the flow. What is this booked order transaction? So if you remember the flow on if we all remember the flow. So in booked order, what we are doing, till confirm the order is getting booked, then we are going to my account page. From my account, we have to go to my orders page so that we can see all the orders, right? Then we are clicking on that order on which we have booked it, correct? The order which we have just booked in confirm or the order ID, we are clicking on that, right? That is the clicking the booked order ID, right? So that is the transaction. Okay. Now, whenever we are clicking on that, or when we did the recording, we clicked on the order ID that we booked. So if I open the recording log, so yeah. So suppose confirm is the year 76. Right? Let us go to 76. This is 76. And what order got that? So this is the 3965. And this was the order that got. Okay. Now after that, so remember sorry, 939655. Okay, 93655. That is the order ID. Now then when we did the recording, we went to my accounts, my order, and then we will be clicking on that order ID, right? 39655. So when you will be clicking on that order ID, you will see that order ID will be going as a selection to the server. So suppose we are on my orders page, there are so many order, let us say. Now, if we are clicking on any of the order, right? Remember. So you'll see that will go as a selection. Okay. In inspect also you can check, or here also you can check. So I'm clicking on that. So obviously new request will be generated. So this is the new request you can see. So we clicked on that this order, right? So this order is going as a selection to the server, and then only server is sending me the detail about that order, correct? So it's going right, going. Now the same thing here. So when we did the recording that time, when we did the booking confirm, so this was the order ID 393655 93655. Okay, 93655. Okay. And then we went to my account and my orders page, and then we clicked on this order. So that's why when we clicked on this order, you see here 93655. Correct. It's been captured here because it's part of payload here also. That here it's a different order ID, but you can see, right? Or in payload also you can go and see, right? So it's there, right? It's there. Now even in 84 you can see 80. This is 84. So 84. We are clicking on that. So the request, same request with that order ID. Correct. Now when we are running, that time why it's failing. So if you see when we are running, same request is going and same order ID is going 9, but it's failing because that order is not there in this order page. Okay, for this user, we are using the same user, right? Jojo, the new user that we have registered. So if you see that order is not there, right? 93655. That is not there because that has been flushed out. As I said, every 7 days, all the detail will be cleared. All the registered user will be cleared by this admin of the application. So it has been flushed out. So that becomes anyway, right? So forget about that. Now, now we have now what we have to do is actually when this request is getting fired, if you see, it's sending this order ID, but as per the application functionality or as per the application flow, will uh, uh, would we be passing this order ID? Is it correct? If even though if this order ID is there, let us say it's there in my order page, but will it be as it is here? Right? Will be we will be passing this order ID to the server? Right? If we try to understand the application flow, right? So answer is what? Answer is no, right? No, we should not be passing this one. Why? Because as per the flow, what order we have booked on that we should be passing here, right? So whenever we will be running, so every time new order will be getting booked and new order ID will be generated, and the flow is like whatever the order ID is getting generated in 76, that order should be in my orders page, and then we should be clicking again on that order ID, right? Order ID. And when we are clicking, so that request is getting fired by to the server carrying that order ID, right? It is carrying any, you are clicking on any order, let us say any order. So you'll see that is going, right? It's getting carried to the server in the request, right? So here I'm just showing, but flow is on which we have just done the booking. We have to click on that, right? That is the flow. That is the flow. Here you can see like uh, confirm and then click on the booked order ID, right? Where which we have just booked in 11. So that is what. So whenever we are running this functionality, till here everything is fine. Here also everything is fine. But this is not correct because when this order is getting booked, so that this request should fired by carrying that order ID which is recently booked, right? So we have to change this. Right? We have to change this. So this is what part of like non-conventional dynamic or business related dynamic. Okay, so business related many things come or customer ID, order ID, bill number, selection, PNR, many things, right? So drop down values, anything. So this value generally show up in application UI and they also change. So that's why dynamic changing in nature, and we have to do same correlation parameters. But remember, doing the correlation and parameterization for non-conventional dynamic value uh, requires understanding business. Okay, we have to properly understand the business flow. Then only you can do that. Right? That is the important thing. So see here we have to click on that order ID which is getting booked on. Who will take it? You have to understand, right? You have to only understand because this is not a pure dynamic value, right? It's not a authentication or authorization token. It's like order ID. So it's a part of conventional or business related. Right? Now we have to change this, and that is required as per the business functionality because what we are booking here that should be passing here. That order ID should be getting passed. Right? So that is why understanding the flow is important because unless and until you understand the flow, you cannot make the script perfectly. Remember, right? Same example, like if you see here, same the fish, and then these are all hard coded in the script, right? Here, so these are selection, and that's why whenever we are running, it's always booking that EST21 every time for every user, because it is hard coded. That is fixed value. So we have to change that on all those things. So when we can do that, when we understand the function. Okay. So understanding the business functionality as per the user's perspective or from the user perspective is very important. Okay. Now, yeah. So, so hope this part is clear, right? This business functionality. So that is the business functionality we have just discussed. That what order is getting booked, that order ID should be passing here, and we have to change it. Now, how to change, right? So we have to change. We have to extract this value from 76, because in 76 only the new order ID will be generated, right? We have to extract this, and then we have to pass it here. And extraction and passing, that process. We have to prepare a regular expression to extract that and send it here through parameterization by replacing it with a variable, right? So process remains same, but fixing of this non-conventional or business-related dynamic needs the understanding of application flow, right? Fixing of those non-conventional dynamic value was very simple, like this authentication token. They were that was very simple. We do not have to apply more mind in that, right? We have to just search that value in previous request, in immediate previous request, or some in other previous request, and we have to extract and we have to pass in. It was simple, but here we have to apply little mind, right? We have to understand. Okay, we have to understand. So that is the thing. Now, another thing, like how why it is important to understand the functionality is, let us say that the same value 93655 is present on my order page also. My order, like I'll show you. Suppose if we are going to my account, this is my account, this is the page, then we are going to my orders. On my orders, you will see all the order for that account is visible, right? Even the order that we is getting booked here, 35352. Okay, it is here 35352 is in 82, and it is there in 76 also. Okay, it is there in response of 76 as well, and it should be there. It should always be there in my order page, because all recent order will be there. That is normal behavior. Even in Flipkart, Amazon, this is there, right? So it is there. Now, next transaction is we have to click on this recent order ID. Now, here problem is that from where you will extract that order ID. That is also one problem. So the recent order ID, let us say, if I run it again, you'll see again one more order will be added, right? Just running it. Earlier, what was there? 35352. Now I ran. So now you see what is there. 35352 is there, but now new one, which is getting booked, that got added here, right? So and our requirement in the next transaction is to send the new one on which is recently get booked. Now, from where you will extract, that is where it's becoming problem, because will you extract the value from 76 or will you extract from 82? Because this recent value which is getting booked is there here also, and it is there in 82 also, and we have to extract that and pass in the next request, right? The next request over uh, here, right? We have to pass it here, correct? So now from where we will extract, right? That is my question to you guys. Okay, it is in both place. It's so here confusion will come, because if you extract that value from 82, that value is there, The latest order ID that is getting booked is here. So shall we extract it from 82? So answer is no. Because if you extract from 82, next time when you are running, a new order will be added here. So how we will prepare the expression, the regular expression? Because every time it is changing, right? New will be get added. Then how we will know which one to pick? Currently, it has let us say total, maybe suppose for an example 15 orders are there. One more time I'll run, it becomes 16. One more time I'll run, it becomes 17. So and a recent one will be always at last. So preparing a regular expression and extracting that last value which is changing, which position is always changing, right? It's not possible. It's very tough, right? And passing it, right? So this rule, this rule that we have seen here, that we have to look back for the dynamic values in immediate previous response. This rule applies for the conventional dynamic value, the main authentication token and authorization token. Remember, okay. For them, this rule is 100% working and yeah, very simple to apply. But when we are talking about non-conventional dynamic value or business related dynamic value, we have to properly understand that business flows. So if you see that the value which needs to be passed here, that is present in immediate also. It is there in response of 82 and it is present in 76 as well, right? Now problem is that rule which I said, that we have to look for immediate one, that all thing do not apply here. So remember, in business relate, fixing the business related value, that rule which we have discussed earlier doesn't apply. Okay, there the functionality applies. Functionality behavior we have to look into. Looking in immediate and getting the value from that and passing applies very well for conventional value, for authentication value. Okay. For this non-conventional value, for business related value, we have to understand the flow. So this value is there, as I'm saying, 82 and 76 also, and I've shown also it is here and it is in 76. But we cannot extract it from 82, right? Because here every time new value will be added in the last whenever we will be running, correct? So from where we will extract? We have to extract from 76, right? So we will be extracting the order ID from the response of 76, whatever the order ID getting generated, and from 76, and then we will be passing in 84, not in, right? And that is the way this functionality will also be satisfied. So every time for every user, you will be booking new order ID. Then you will be clicking on that order ID in this transaction or in this request, the newly booked order ID, and it will apply for every user, not only for this user, for separate user also. So now extracting and parameterization, extracting and passing, that rule remains same. We have to prepare a regular expression, test it, and then use the regular expression extractor to extract it, and then parameterize this value with that variable. Right? Okay. So let us do that. So hope this is clear, right? That non-conventional value or business-related dynamic value needs to be fixed by properly understanding the uh, business flow or that business scenario. Okay. So okay. Now if you want, so let us. You can do this in two ways. Either this. Let us run it one more time. So either you can do in two ways. In confirm, you know that already this order ID is getting generated. You can search for this, prepare the expression, and pass it over here. Simple. Or you can go in general way, like you can search for this value in response of 76, because when we did the recording in 76 only, that order got booked, right? 9364. It got generated, and that is where we are clicking. Correct. So, so anything will work. It all depends on understanding. Either you can extract this one and pass it here, or or you can search for this one uh, in 76 and extract that and pass it. Anything will work. It will remain same. Concept remains same because it's all about order ID. Whether you extract this one or whether you extract this one. Okay. So which one way you? Hmm. First value? Ah, no, like that rule when multiple time it occurs, right? Multiple places. That time we should consider immediate previous only. And as I said, this applies for conventional one, the authorization tokens or authentication token kind of a stuff. Okay. But we are now going to fix the business related values. So it's not about first occurrence or second occurrence. It's about from where you will extract it. You can extract it from here also, like as I said, suppose this 355 and it is here also 35. So that same value is there in 76 and 82. But can we extract from 82? It's not possible, right? Because if you prepare expression and all those things, here it keeps on adding. Next time, one more time you will run, a new value will come, and that becomes the latest one. If you run one more time, one new value will added, and that will become latest one. How we will extract that? Right? Not possible. So in this case, we have to extract from here one. So here we have to understand the functionality. We have to understand the logic and some many things. Okay, that kind of rule doesn't apply. That there is no such rule also. Okay, that rule also, if it is there, but in that case, I suggest for immediate previous, and that rule is there for authentication token or authorization token. Like sometime in application, a dynamic value with same name can occur two time or three time. Also, uh, okay, same in two or three requests, same value comes. So in that case, I only suggest go for immediate only, not for first of. People say that, but immediate one. And in case of when we are working on business related values, these are our business related value, order ID, the product, the order ID, right? This is order ID. Then we will be, after this, we are going to fix this fish, another thing. This is business related functionality. Fish, another thing are available here, right? To choose them. So that time we have to just extract them by understanding the functionality. Now, I'll go with this conventional way, normal way. So this is the value, and this is there in 82 also, and in 76 also, response of 82 and 76, but will not be extracting from 82. We'll extract it from 76. Here, again, I'm saying when we are working on business related values, right? We do not apply that rule of immediate previous or all those things. That time we apply the logic, the business functionality, how it works and how it's going, and depending on that, we extract the values. So 93655, copy that, and let us go to response of 76. So we'll go in code format, paste it here. Fine. So you see this order ID. And if you see this code, it remains same when if you replay also uh, go to text. Yeah, yeah. So every time we'll run here new order ID and confirm that the order ID is coming at this code, right? This place, or here also in recording log. Now we have to prepare the regular expression so that we can extract this value, because this is the value which is always changing, right? Change every time new order ID is getting generated. So it's a dynamic value, but it is business related dynamic value. So we see that in application UI, it is visible. That's why they are all business related. Dynamic. Okay. Now, how to prepare? So that is very simple. We have to take something from left hand side, something from right hand side. Now here right hand side, nothing is going. So then what you will do in that case? So in that case, you just take from something just from left hand side one. So only this much is needed. Now, so in this we are going to learn one more special case. And what is that special case? Extracting a value with left boundary but no right. Fine. Reality concept we discussed somewhere else. Just it. Okay. So we are going to see one uniqueness, like extracting example of extracting value, a dynamic value with dynamic value with left boundary, but no right. So Nathan, now you will also observe like that left boundary, right boundary, boundary extractor that will not work here. That's why we prefer regular expression. So now generally what I have to that suppose right boundary is not there. So we will take this left boundary part, we will write that. And this is the value which is changing. So instead of that, what we write braces dot plus and question mark and braces close, right? This is what we write. So fine. Now let us go and test. If I test it, so you see it's not working. Only 9 is coming of that order, right? Okay. Or even here also, if I test 35355, right? So only first letter 3 will come. So it's not working properly. So this is a special use case, right? So here, what we learned previously is filling, right? So in this case, remember, whenever there is no left boundary and we have right, sorry, whenever there is no right boundary and we have left boundary generally will be there, but in many cases, what the right boundary is not there. So it's not an issue. It happens. Okay. We have to just learn those tricks or some use cases, right? So if you know those use cases, you can extract any value in life. Okay. That is my guarantee. And there are not much, only few, 4 or 5 use cases are there. we will be learning here. Okay. So we do not much. There are only 11 cases are there. Okay. So if you just know this, you can extract any value. So one of the use case that for now we are talking about this. Okay. So in that case, what you will be doing if there is no left boundary, sorry, there is no right boundary. This question mark you will not be using. Okay. So I'll just delete the question mark and then I'll go and test it. Now you see properly that order ID is done. That order ID is okay. Okay. Done. Now next, so we have got one question. Okay. Selection. I agree with selection. Selection gives selection is for a space. This is also correct. But I just told the simplest way. Removing the question mark was much better. Right? Uh, so we can. Uh, it didn't work. That's what I'll see with it. Is it may work or it may not work because chances is uh, slash n is for new line, but here it's not slash n is used for new line. Okay. And actually there is if we put the question on that, it's working, but what is this line is coming? It's working, but uh, I don't know what is this getting created. Maybe it will work. Ignore that. You can use that. Okay. Why we can use this slash line refer to a special case. I'll be slash line is coming to next line. In next line we have some data. I don't know how this will go. Generally, these all spaces are represented by slash s plus. Right, s plus. That is part of discussion. Okay, so we can talk about that later on. Let it be for now. For now, just understand if you remove the question mark, it will work. Even this is also slash s plus. Uh, so this is also working. So we will be talking about that. There is a special use case for that also, like when um, what is that? Yeah, new line concept. Okay, new line concept. So that time we will be talking. So for now, let it be. There are some other examples also of new line, and yeah, here actually what it is doing. This lesson is taking a reference since right bound is not there, so we are considering something from downside. So there is a special use case for that also. Just now it where new line or next line thing we will take in picture. We have to consider when there is no left boundary and right bound value. Taking this line or new line. Edge. Okay, so there will be a special case for that also. So I'll be showing you some other example as well. So for now, this is our one we are talking. And it's very simple. Remove that question mark and it will work. No need to worry for especially for this, no need to worry on that. There is a special use case where we worry about that slash n plus or slash s plus. Okay, so we will see that. Right, coming back. So this may work, but do not give more stress. This was simple. Use it. Okay. So it's works. It works. Right? So this is one of the example of like a special extraction, you can say. Till now, what we did was very simple. That was, I think I deleted all. Okay, we were just putting left hand side, right hand side, and writing. Fine, that was fine. So most of the, in 70% cases it will work, but there are some special cases, right? So some 4 5 special cases are where we have to understand. And once you understand that, you can extract any value. Okay, any value. No need to remember anything. In other like WhatsApp or LinkedIn, you will see people are just sharing list of regular expression. No need, just understand the regular expression. Why to remember that? And few, just 3 4 or 5 6 use cases. I just remember them, or you can just write it down for your life, and it works. So yeah. So this is one of the case. Now we got the value, we got the order right. Now coming back. So what we have to do now? Next, we have tested it. You know the rule. We know that we have tested it's working. Now in 76, we'll add a regular expression extractor to extract it, and we will replace the value which is here with that value. So right click, add a regular expression extractor, and now this is the value. So expression we have given. Now name. So its name is actually order ID. Order ID. So name will give C. C is for correlated value. C underscore order ID. Simple, right? Order ID. Okay. Template generally dollar. Match number will be always one because here only one match is there, and that is our order ID. So match one, and so default value, you know what we put, right? Not found. And this where variable name will update here also. Say next replacement. So control F, and then copy this, put it here, then copy this value variable name, write it here dollar cloud basis variable name cloud basis close, and click on replace. So now you see wherever that value is there, it got highlighted and got. We just reset it. Okay, so this is done. We can test it. We will test it also. But before that, let me finish out sign out as well. Parallel. So in sign out, if you see, there is no such again value to do correlation. Another thing, it has been handled. Uh-huh. In referrer, what is that order ID? Na? So automatically when we do replacement, it got replaced. So that's why, yes. In referral values are there. I agree here also, like this is an ID. If you see, uh, which we are extracting here, goes here, right here, but it is there in referrer of logging as well. If you see, it is here, but it got replaced. That's why we do control F. So, what we have to find is another dynamic value, a special any in header manager or headers. We have to see like any special dynamic value is going on. Okay. With some, it will be having a separate name and value. It will be showing by looking only. You'll get the idea some value. Okay, so this is done. For now, we have fixed it here. Now I will just run. Hmm. Hmm. We do not have to cross check here. In JMeter, what happens generally, all headers get captured. That is the beauty. Here, that so much of load runner kind of complexity is not there. Okay. If you just practice, you see it is more easy than load runner. Preparing a script in JMeter. Very easy. Nothing is there. You have to just understand request response and everything is coming. It's all visible here. In load runner, load runner, sorry, we have to open log and other thing. Then they're extracting value correlation, putting array. They're become more hard. The coding comes up, right? C coding that will be do for loop. These all those things. Those all things is more easy here. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Even some header is missing, and let us say somehow JMeter missed out, or you want to additionally add some header. So you can add a header manager at this level. So config element header manager is part of config. Put it here, and you can just name and put the value. So it will be applied to all those. So like that you can. Okay. Now we I ran, right? So you can see now so almost everything is done. So here the order is getting booked 35358, and here it is getting clicked, right? 35335. Even if we run for 2 users, always minimum, at least when you are working or verifying your script, keep doing for 2 users, then you will be 100% sure. Minimum, that's why that's what I say. Maximum 5. So here, if you see one confirm is this is one confirm by first user. So what he booked? He booked 35360, and uh, confirm and then booked order, right? Booked order. Yeah, this is your first user. So his order is 35360, and he's clicking 35360. Fine. Then this is the confirm by second user, and his order ID is 35361, and this is clicking on booked order. Right? So 35360. So fine, it's working. And whenever they click on order, the order detail gets retrieved. Right? Now, so this is done. Then next, what is there? This topic. This will talk. Okay, fine. Next thing is about a few other thing we'll talk, and these few topics, and then we will go and fix the other conventional dynamic values. Uh, other non-conventional dynamic value, like now if you see, when if we run for this, I'm seeing saying from yesterday, like both user are booking same paid, plus they are using same, if you see, credit card IDs or expiry date. So this is not kind of realistic, right? Realistic approach will be like here, suppose five pages are there, so different users should be booking different pages, right? So this whole thing we'll talk, but okay, how to do same way. Suppose you are searching a laptop on uh, Flipkart, and one user clicked on SS laptop, another click, one user is clicking on one of the laptop, another is clicking on another laptop, right? So how you can do? So you can do a correlation for those values, right? So to make it more realistic, that will be more realistic approach. So we'll talk about this. First, let us finish out something here. Uh, so for now, this is what our um, scripting is, and this is how scripting should work. That it should like what a normal user does, the script is doing the same thing, and that is what proper scripting. Okay, and this is what complete flow. So now if you see a real user can no need to do of no need there is no need of using a real user, right? We can book the order like using a script. Now I'll just tell one additional concept here. You know, because of this kind of thing only, people have came with OTP features, OTP or captcha. OTP, captcha, right? Captcha. Why captcha got introduced? You know, in website, if you see where real-time transaction is happening, captcha thing. Because anyone can write a script like this on a real website also, or a automation script. Okay, you know, maybe people here who are aware of automation script. So automation script also does the same thing. Here in performance script, what we do, we are hitting at request level. Okay, this is request level. In automation script, the same thing is done in UI. Like you will see the script launching, properly launching, suppose home page, then it is clicking on enter restore, then clicking sign in and everything. Whole thing you will see. Okay, and that's why to write those things there, people use XPath concept, and that knowing XPath is very important in automation testing. And then only you can write a good automation framework, because that is whole about clicking of these elements, right? And how a user is doing, and that way that automation script will launch a browser and it will do. But performance script are little different. Here we work at request level. Okay, we work at this level, we do not work at UI level, right? So we work at this level. Now, if you have a automation script, or if you have a performance script also, anyone can, suppose you prepare a proper script for Flipkart, you can run a script and book a product for yourself, right? Getting the point. Same way, IRCTC ticket booking, people can prepare a script and book a ticket within minutes, right? So because of this reason, on live website, the real website, captcha came, captcha thing came in picture. Because if captcha is coming, so every time you have to enter new captcha, right? And those captcha are auto generated, they are not, they do not comes from server side, that it's generated on the UI using JavaScript file. What JavaScript does, I have explained in one of the sessions, right? So since those captcha doesn't comes from server, you cannot extract them or you cannot correlate them, and that is where it becomes hindrance, right? Or blocker, correct? And that is the reason many websites have this captcha feature, so that people, those who are aware of scripting, technical guy cannot run a script to book a ticket or whatever. The website launches. Yeah. So suppose to book a ticket, you have to go to do the login, and then it's asked for captcha. And this captcha do not come from servers. Username, password, and captcha. It gets auto-generated by JavaScript file present on this page. So you cannot keep book a ticket. Understand what I'm saying? Like Tatkal ticket, people can book, write a script, and you can book a ticket. That's why on live website, practicing is difficult. You cannot practice on real-time live website because many hindrance thing or security will be there which cannot be handled. These all performance testing are done in basically on the testing environment. Okay, testing environment, not on real alone. Because when real environment comes in picture, there are security layers, right, which automation framework cannot handle, or performance framework. If performance framework can handle them, then anyone can book a ticket here. Just understand. By running a script within 30 seconds, you can book a ticket. Or something you can do on some website. Okay. Which is a big security loophole like that. I know here little bit it will be difficult. Uh, no, it will not be difficult. People can uh, put money in the IRCTC wallet and automate it. Okay. So yeah, so like that. This is one example, and so that's why generally on live website, the real production website, practicing we do not practice, or it's not possible. So even you work on any project, okay, the scripting or thing are done on testing environment, right? Testing. Okay. Now, so this is a script, right? Fine. Next is uh, next topic. So about so what we do. So a script gets prepared in this way, right? And then I'll add and aggregate reports. And then you can run for one user or 10 users, and we check the response time. Okay, like suppose one user, how much time it is taking for every transaction, right? Uh, okay, these all value are millisecond. This view result tree is one of the listener to see result logs, right? Here also you can see this detail. Yeah, load time is what uh, the response time, which is in millisecond. Aggregate report is the listener to see only the response times, and these are different all columns. We'll talk about them later on, but yeah, for now let us say this is the response time. So home page took this much second, enter store took this much second. Same way you can run for 10 users. You can put 10 credential, and or if you want to use same credential, you can use and can run. But in real time or realistic approach is generally 10 users or 10 different credentials. Only if people suggest no, go with existing users, so you can use same credential for 10 users or 100 users. So let's suppose we ran for 10 users, so how much it is taking, right? Just showing here. Okay, each time. So that is what we measure in performance. So this is just an overview. There are many things still to be fixed in this script. Before that, about embedded resources, retrieving of embedded resources. Okay. Uh, so we know that so I have explained in the beginning also that a request get fired and then response comes. Response comes in code format, and there is a time for that. That is T1, and whatever time that is what generally we focus in for performance testing, right? And that is also called a server response time. Then after that, once these codes come, then browser will render the download the embedded resource. Then it processes it. So that is extra time it is taken, and this is generally it is called as a part of UI performance testing. And this is not generally or always it is not considered because of many factors, right? One factor I told, if you remember that, this all thing is dependent on device. If the user laptop is slow, RAM is slow, processor is slow, obviously it will take slowness. Okay, then many things like in that session, if you remember, I have very clearly have shown that once the embedded resources are loaded, then next time if you are revisiting those page, they automatically they gets loaded from the browser cache, right? They are not downloaded from server every time. So that's why these things are on user dependency, right? So this part is very uh, like discussionable part. So that's why it's people focus it on that by depending on the requirement, or many people do not focus it because of the reason. Even if you are focusing it, there are many factors you have to take consider that if you are retrieving the embedded resources, how will retrieve? Because one time the embedded resources are retrieved, then next time you are running on a user laptop, they will not be called from servers app, right? They will be called from browser. You have to simulate that thing also. So this thing should be considered, right? And many people do not know on that, or they yeah, they fail to cover that, right? So these all things are part of this EY part, whatever happens on the browser end, right? So that is the thing, and that is the reason generally in core performance testing this part is covered. And that so all this response time that you see, let us say we ran for 10 user or 100 user, is that what like 100 user range response code came for all those 100 user for each request of this transaction, and how much time it took for all, right? That is what we see. Suppose if you want to do a want to retrieve the embedded resources also, and if you want to check the uh, response time by retrieving the embedded resources also, then how we will do, correct? So we have to use a element called HTTP request default. So you have to right click on test plan. See, we can do that by here also. So if you see, this is the request, any request, and if you go to the advanced tab, I think I've shown that earlier as well. And then you put a check mark here and check mark here, and we have to put a value here 10. And then for this request, all the embedded resources will be downloaded. Okay. But if you go and do like that, for every request, you have to do one by one, right? Every request you have to do one by one, which is time consuming, right? So instead of that, what we do is you right click on test mark, go to add, go to config element, and leave it. Actually, some point na they have become have hazard. We'll talk about that here. Now I think here I have changed that, but here it is present here. So let me, some change we have. So that's why I said some restructuring of this content is going here. Will come. So I moved it because in the PPT it's here. So we'll be discussing that. So what is left then about cookie cookie manager. So this I'll cover again after sometime. Cookie manager. Okay. So you remember we added a cookie manager, and I told that should be added inside thread group, and it is a very must element to add, right? Very important element to add. So yeah. So what is the use of cookie manager? Right. Let's see. This cookie. So see, cookie manager, what it does, it handles the cookie, like how in browser cookies are handled. So you can see here automatically for every request. If you see, you click here and go to request tab, you will see cookie data. Cookie data. It is there. Now, what if we do not add it or if we forget to add it? Okay, so for now, I'm disabling. So I've disabled this. Right. So disabling means just think like the element is not added or it will not be used. That is the meaning of disable. So the same thing if we see for now, if you see login has happened properly, so you see welcome here. Uh, the here one product has been also added, right? That has been booked also. Now I've disabled the cookie. Now I'll run. Now you'll see login will not happen and login will happen, but that request will fail. See, confirm that has failed. And few other requests, if you check back, right, let us say in login only. See, this is login. Login only is not happening, even though, or here if you see saying okay, confirm, right, or proceed to check out what it says. You must sign in. So see, it's not behaving properly, right? The script is not behaving. Proceed to check out response should be something different, but it is saying sign in. Here also in all requests, if you see sign in button is still visible, it means that the user has not logged in. But we have done the login request, right? But still, why this is coming? Hope you guys understand, right? So this is why cookies, that session. And if you see with this all request, now there will be no cookie data, no cookie. So now you can correlate this concept of cookie with what we discussed. That whatever the user does, that whole activity is saved in a value, a cookie value, right? A cookie value. And whatever the next subsequent request we send with that in header, cookie manager passes back. And with that, not cookie manager, that cookie value passes back to the server. And with the help of that, the server recognizes, oh, okay, that user has done this or that user has done this. And that is why the cookie was important. And right. So if you see now there is no cookie, cookie is not passed. So that's why this all subsequent requests, they do not remember that you have logged in or not, even though you are trying this. But if you see the subsequent request after this, still it's saying you are not logged in, not logged in, right? Sign in. Okay, confirm. It's not happening only. Just thrown an error. Correct. Why? This because my order here is because cookie is not passing. And since cookie is not passing, so this all requests do not remember whether you are logged in. That is the importance of cookie manager, and that is the importance of cookie. And that is why remember HTTP protocol is also called as stateless protocol. Means it's like Gajini. The subsequent request, the request which gets fired after, they do not so they do not remember what was done in previous request. And to get it remembered only, we use cookie manager. Cookie concept is there, right? So that and the say here proper example. Here you are trying to log in, but login not happening. Now same if I enable it again I'm enabling. So so you see everything will work fine. Now proper login has happened. Sign out has came. Welcome has came. And you can see now cookie data are passing. Right? Cookie data is passing. Even proper confirm has passed this time. Booking has also happened. So see, in while doing a scripting, there are many things to remember or at least to understand. Okay, one is fixing of non-conventional fixing of conventional dynamic value, which is very main thing, right? Then adding cookie in cookie manager, nothing to understand. You have to just remember it that you have to add it. Otherwise, cookies will not be handled. And if cookies are not handled, then you just see what will happen. Even you have fixed everything, still if you run the script, it will not work because cookie will not be there. And cookies are handled by automatically by cookie manager. That's why cookie manager in browser it is handled by cookie area, and here it will be handled by automatic by cookie manager. You do not have to do anything. You have to just add that inside the thread group and just put a check mark here. Why the check mark here? Because uh, like clearing a cookie on new iteration, right? Let's suppose when we'll reloop means yesterday I told, right? When we are doing another loop, so that time previous cookie, if you want to delete that, generally we delete only, right? So that when we run fresh, so previous cookie gets deleted, new cookie comes, right? So new session kind of thing. So a check mark will be there. Apart from that, generally we don't have to worry or discuss much, like worry much on cookie manager. But we have to remember add it. We have to remember to add it because it is a very important element. Very important. Okay, and that's why I have written here. And I have run the test and even I've shown you the importance of this. Right. Even the thing which was working very fine, if I just disable it and run it again, it's not working. Right. Okay. Then after that, we have running or executing uh, test for multiple different users. That has been done, and we have seen in detail yesterday about test data preparation, user CSV data set, random CSV data set configuration, the set groups in detail. And random CSV. Okay. So this was also clear. There should be no doubt in yesterday's session as well. Then we talked about absolute and relative file path. So as per the sequencing, yesterday topic was supposed to be discussed today, and today topic was supposed to be discussed yesterday. Not an issue. Fine. After this, so till here everything is done. Now making the script more realistic, more modular, dynamic, and reusable in nature. So that is what. So that is the point. So where we like it's always booking same product for all different user is there, but product is getting booked. Right, these all that are getting. So that is where we will start this point, like preparing the script so that it can run for multiple different user with different set of business data, and then we'll run and test for multiple different users those different set of business test data. Right? And if any issues found, we will that should be fixed as well. So that is the plan. So to start with, we will start from here. First thing we'll go to basic. Yeah. First thing is fish, right? So as per the functionality, whenever we are launching the page, then we are clicking on interest to, then here sign in button is there, then we are doing login, and after doing login we are coming to this page where welcome is there. Correct. Now here we have to choose the bits from here. So yeah, before we close, few points to discuss so that we have an idea for tomorrow. Now see, these all value are again conventional, non-conventional. Okay, non-conventional dynamic value. Right. These all are non-conventional dynamic value, business related value, and they show up in the application. And again, as I said, the fixing of them is done by properly understanding the business flows. So if you see now, the all value, who is sending us? This value is sent by us, okay, to us. Us means we, the user who is using this application from a browser. Okay, this is browser. This is application. So application has sent this to us to choose from this and send it back, right? So these data are coming as a part of the code, part of the response code, right? Or response. So this is what choices or drop down menus, correct? Anything you can call them. Now you can choose anything. Like if you choose on fish, that will go in URL to the server, and then server will send us the detail about this. Okay, so it will be selected. Then suppose if you choose dog, so that will go to the server and application. Server means application. Server will send the detail about. The next transaction is clicking any one of them, right? Of dog or of fish, or any one of them, or cat or reptile, right? So that is what business functionality. Right? Now understand, this all value are coming as part of what response server is sending us, and we have to choose it back and send it back, any one of them. So this all should be in the response code, right? Response code. Now selecting this is not a user input. It's not a pure user input, because these are the 4-5 choices and we have to choose from them only. So we cannot say that, okay, it's user input. No, it's not a pure user input. Server has sent this, means application has sent, hey, choose from this 5 and send me back what you want. Okay, simple. Like suppose you are searching a laptop and you got 10 laptops. Now, which one you choose? You have to click on that simple and use. You are clicking on that, and then next page will open up, right? Then whether you want to buy it, you will click on buy, or you can go back and choose another one. Simple. So like that, right? So uh, we can extract this value and pass back to the server, so that you see when we click on fish, so fish is going. And that's why if you see here, when we did the recording, we selected fish is called, is hard coded here, or it is present as fixed value. And whenever we are running, you see here, this is getting passed, right? This is getting passed, right? Now, instead of fish, see, request will remain same. So why not let us pass dog? One user passes fish, another user can pass dog, another user can pass cat, another user can pass reptile, and that way different user can choose different products, right? So how to do that? The same way. So that's what we have to just understand the functionality. Very simple, and the rest of the thing is like extracting those value and parameterizing. That rule remains same. So all these value are coming in response of login, right? Uh, so when as per the functionality, I told that when like home page is launched, then enter a score. Then we have to do sign in. When we sign in, then login. When we do the login, then two request gets fired, and this page is coming, and it will come. And from here we can extract all this value. So this is in response of login transaction. So login. So login is two requests, 39, 40. 39 is a redirecting request, 3 not 2, right? So there will be no response of there will be no response for 39, right? You can see here, all value will be there in the that whole code. This whole code comes as a part of response for 40. Yeah, you can see here this salt. So it's not properly showing, but salt water fish. various breed you see, turtle, snake, uh, that page, salt, various breed. It's there, this four it's showing, right? Only this it's not showing, but this all five options are there. It means that that is the page. Now from here, here is fish is there, a dog is there, a cat is there, a reptile is there, a bird is there. We have to choose anyone. We can extract those and pass it. Yeah, very simple, right? And you can just go to code format and you can check also what the text mode and search for fish. You can see fish is there, bird is there, dog is there, reptile is there. Likewise, same we will be doing for another transaction. So currently FIFW2 is kind of fixed thing fast. But suppose a user is clicking on fix, there are so many fish. Why only FIFW02? Why? We can choose any one of this. So all these are coming as a part of response, right? This all will be there in response. We can extract any one of them and pass it back to the server. Like when you click any one of them, see this, it's going right. So instead of this fixed ID, we can pass the four or whatever five are there, right? Five are there. Same way, anyone user who is picking dogs is getting six dogs. Now these are all coming from server side. Right? So these are all, this all will be in the response code. We can extract any one of them and pass it back. Like suppose coder. So that coder will go. So one user choose dog and he chooses coder. Another user also choosing dog, but he's choosing some golden retriever. One user choosing fish and he's choosing one kind of fish. Another user choosing also fish, some other kind of fish. One user choosing bird. Like that, we can make it uh, more realistic. And nothing, just we have to understand the functionality, and all these value are there in response. You have to just extract them and pass them. Right? So tomorrow we'll start with this fixing of the first. We'll extract the fish, dog, and reptile from 40, and we'll pass that value. Extracting and passing remains same. That concept remains same. Only from where you will extract and what you will extract, that you have to understand. Okay. The process of this remains same, whether it is conventional dynamic value and non-conventional business. But for conventional dynamic value, the rule is very simple. You have to just go and look back in immediate previous request, extract it and pass it. Very simple, right? But in non-conventional dynamic value, we have to just think little bit related to the business functionality, where it will come, from where, from where it is come, which value to take, which not to take. So all those things you have to think more. Here it is easy. Okay. For hope you understand what is conventional. Conventional means those authorization tokens, right? Those complex looking value. Those are called conventional. So they're fixing easy. Just go look in immediate previous response, extract that and pass it back, right? But when we talk about business related values, which we show up in UI, we need to just simply understand the business functionality, from where that value is coming, which value to pick, which not to pick, right? How multiple users can access or select a pet out of this so many pet. Then again, there are so many pet. Of dog, there are so many. Then of fish, there are so many. It's very simple, but that's what little bit thinking we have to do. And we can fix them. But extraction, this rule is same. Extracting any value is correlation, and passing it is called parameterization. Yeah. So correlation parameter remains same for conventional and non-conventional value. This concept remains same. Only for conventional, it is easy, immediate previous response. But for non-conventional, it is also easy, but just understanding a little bit of business functionality and then putting them, extracting them and passing. Fine. So tomorrow we'll extract this fish, dog, cat from 40. After login, only that page is coming, and in response of login, this whole thing is there. I've just shown you, right? So we'll extract them all. Then we'll pass them here. Then we'll extract the IDs, product ID. Then from this, then we'll pass it here. Then the last one is item ID. This one. So we'll extract once you have chosen the product ID. Suppose you are choosing dog, then these are all product ID. any one of product ID you are selecting. Then there is item ID. Right? So item ID you have to select. So item ID will be in response of previous where you are selecting the product ID. Correct. So this will be in response of this. We will extract there and pass it here. And that's it. And then this we will fetch like this all input that you see, they are as it is. Okay, kind of fixed or static, right? And that's why when any order is getting booked, or you will see same data is being used by all user, American Express or this number or this expiry date, all those things. So we can make them different. How to make them different? That all will understand. We are going to use some functions as well, right? Random function, date function, string functions. Fine. Okay. So that is for today. We'll meet tomorrow.